What's up, YouTube? You are tuned into the King of Soul. I am your host, JB. Today we got some Air Jordan 1s to look at. The Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP. This is the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. Now, these videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes. So if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker actually does come in your standard all black, base Nike Air Jordan 1 box, and it does have, of course, the red Nike branding on the top, and of course, like, it does actually have that going through the entire sneaker itself. There's the bottom of the sneaker. Now, me personally, I wish they would have actually given us like some sort of like special box with this sneaker, but it is what it is. But the box label on the sneaker actually reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP. The colorway does say University Red and Black. So when you do open the box, you are met with, pretty much like just any other Air Jordan 1 sneaker. It's that plain white tissue paper. And on this actual release, it actually is a lot going on with this particular sneaker. It's just, the materials and things like that. I mean, it does pretty much remind you of any other Air Jordan 1 silhouette, like as far as like, the overall, shape and everything. But the design craftsmanship on this one was unlike, any other Air Jordan, 1 collaboration that I've seen. But there you go, Air Jordan 1 Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. So this, of course, was a sneaker that was actually released, and unless you've been living up under a rock, of course, they did actually come out with the second installment of, the Spider-Man series, the movie that actually was released, this summer. Now, me personally, at first when I did see this sneaker, it was one of those sneakers where I did say, hey, it wasn't one that I did need in the collection. However, when I actually did see the movie, and it was a pretty good flick, and at the end of the day, it was a lot going on, but this sneaker did make a cameo in the movie. And at first when I saw the images, I really didn't understand the different color patches that they have on the sneaker. But after seeing the movie, it was one of those things where I just felt like, I had to have it, because it just makes sense, and it was a pretty good movie. So I just felt like, hey, me actually going to see the movie kind of actually provided some understanding as to what was going on with this particular release. Him going through different dimensions and everything, him being Miles Morales. But there you go, Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So at first, from hindsight, you do see this pretty much entire leather upper on this sneaker. Now, on this one, it's a lot going on once again. So I'm gonna take my time with this one. So for the most part, you do have a quality leather going across the entire upper. Let's start with the back panels here. So you do have this pixelated Air Jordan 1 Wings logo. And this is in leather, and of course, it does have the red stitching. Now, the bottom panel here, this time it is actually a little bit different. They have it split in two. So they do have this washed leather material, and then they do have this hit of suede. This Nike Swoosh is a little bit different than what you would expect for most Air Jordan 1s. Instead of having a leather strip, this one is this time done in this patent leather. And to me, it is a little bit different than the patent leather you would see on the Air Jordan 11s and so forth. It does have this kind of, I don't know, shimmer effect or whatever you want to call it, but nevertheless, I'm here for it. And it does have more of that going across the upper, the ankle collar of the sneaker. The mid portion of the sneaker is this time, in white. And then going towards the front, the toe area, you do have more of this washed red suede material, leather material, and then it's another high hair suede going here, and then more of this red leather going toward the front. Here on this panel, it is like, this red patent leather, and then going by the eye stays here, they do have more of this leather material, and there is like, these yellow and teal and white effects, and the effects are really like, supposed to be from Miles Morales traveling from like, different dimensions in the movie. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you actually have to go see the movie for you to actually be like, okay, this is all right shoe. But nevertheless, there you go. So let's go to the front of the sneaker. So of course, like, in the toe box area, you do have more of that perforated white leather, and then the mud guard is in this red leather. Now the leather on this sneaker is like, thick premium cut. So at the end of the day, it is like, quality sneaker. They did not cheap out on this one. Now the sneaker does come with just one lace option. This time they didn't give us, a few lace options. Just the flat black laces, and it was unlaced, but of course, like for my videos, I like to showcase it and, lace the sneakers up. Now, this the tongue is a little bit different. Now, it is made of like, a mesh nylon material, but it is a little bit more, I would guess, what do you want to call it? Like thick, or I don't know, it's just more of like, of a padded material here. But this time they actually, cause like, most Air Jordan 1 sneakers, like it's just like real thin. So it's a little bit like, more thick on this tongue of the sneaker. Nike Air branding going towards the top. Now this time they actually just have it stitched right there on the front of the actual tongue of the sneaker. It does not overlap going towards the back like how it does with most Air Jordan 1 sneakers, but nevertheless, it is a little bit, in my opinion, it was a good touch just to do something a little bit different, because most Air Jordan 1 started to look the same after a while, so I can understand them trying to do something a little bit different on this one here. Now going toward the medial side of the sneaker, pretty much consistent with the other side of the sneaker. You have like this thick cut red leather here, this washed leather as well. You got that patent leather, Nike Swoosh, white leather going across the mid panel there. More of this patent leather material right here in this little cutout area. Going towards the top panel here, you do have more of that red leather with like, those yellow, teal, and white, I guess, like I said, I don't know what you want to call it. It's just like a ripple effect. Like, again, when you're like traveling from different dimensions, you do have a tiny little cut of the red patent leather here, and then going towards like the eye state area, you have like this little thin cut washed area, and then more of that white leather where it has like, the little dots just like it does on the other side. More of the stone washed patent leather, and then red leather going toward the front of the toe box area. The midsole of the sneaker, it is actually, it's like a sail cream color. Like, it's not like white, like with most Air Jordan 1s. This time they actually did give us like, this cream material, this cream colored midsole. I don't know if it was a situation they were trying to give it like an age look or not, but nevertheless, I'm here for it. Then going toward the bottom of the sneaker, you do have your standard Air Jordan 1 bottom, but the bottom of this sneaker is a little bit different. So it isn't made of like, to me, it's not really the same material as most Air Jordan 1s at the bottom. I mean, it is like a rubber sole, but at the end of the day, like it is like, it's translucent first of all, and like it does feel like more of like a gum material, if that makes sense. And this is actually, it does like, glow in the dark or whatever. Like it does have to be activated by like, like a bright light, or like, like the sun, of course, and it does like, glow in the dark. Going toward the back of the sneaker, you do have that hourglass like always. Again, the ankle collar, you have that patent leather material, black along the inside, going toward the, I guess you would just call it like, the inside of the ankle collar area. Then of course, like the whole back portion is made of like this washed red leather material, and then you do have like, you know, this tab of white leather here on the back. But yeah, man, Air Jordan 1 How GSP, like I said, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Dope collab sneaker. I feel like, in my opinion, like, you know, it was pretty solid. I did miss out on these on the day they were released, but I definitely want to take the time to, you know, shout out, you know, the vendor on these for getting me a pair. I do love the fact that it did have the poison authentication tags on here and everything too. So at the end of the day, if you guys do want information over, like, you know, to get these, definitely feel free to shoot me an inbox. I'll be, you know, happy to give you that information. But if I were to rate this sneaker, I would give it about a 9 out of 10. Again, nothing really that they could have did differently or anything. I would have favored, like, you know, some more lace options, maybe like a white or a cream color versus just going with just the one black sneaker. But of course, you could always just buy some flat laces and then just, you know, swap them out yourself. But at the end of the day, it just is what it is. 9 out of 10. As far as, like, you know, sizing on this sneaker, it does run true to size, just like any other Air Jordan 1. There is no reason to go like up a size or down or anything. It's just in this area here, going towards the bottom here, close to the toe, this laced area, it does get a little, you know, tight there. But at the end of the day, I just feel like if you just loose lace the sneaker, you should be fine. I don't foresee it being a reason where there would be like any discomfort or anything like that. But there, man, pretty much like I said, standard, you know, true to size there. But again, I want to thank you like always, because I do appreciate you guys taking the time to, you know, check in with me. You can stay engaged with me on all of my social network, you know, platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is, you know, at the King of Soul. But nevertheless, again, thank you to the vendor for getting me these. But before we get up out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a 360, and then I'm gonna also give you guys a B-roll like always. But there you go. There's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the left. I didn't want to remove the tags. There's the lateral side of the, did I say left? But nevertheless, this is the left side of the sneaker. There's your bottom, standard Air Jordan bottom. And again, like, you know, the bottom does like glow in the dark. There's your medial side there. And then, of course, you got your back area. If I call it the right sneaker left or the left sneaker right, don't laugh at me. I'm not going to re-record this whole thing. But at the end of the day, I thank you guys for always tuning in. But until next time, see you later.